Hey guys, my name is Moon and welcome to Umineko When They Cry episode 5. So we are finally here in the answer arc. So I am very excited to find out what really is happening within this game, right? So we finished up the question arcs. That was so good. So if you haven't watched my thoughts and theories videos on the question arcs, you can go check it out. It was a long video, but if you checked it out already, thank you so much. So for this one, by the way, when I click start, you can try to hear it. You hear that? Back then it was only the bells. Now there is a clock sound for some reason. What does that mean? Right? But yes, let's do this, man. I can't wait, and hopefully this is gonna blow our mind. The answer arcs, I mean. And we're starting it right now. Alright, dude, I got scared. No joke. Oh my god, what was that? What? Oh, it changed. Okay. Now it becomes Nocturne of Truth and Illusions. Okay. So we're gonna have to start it from here. So is the config the same though? Config, let me see. Config. Okay, the config is the same. Episode 5. Okay, here we go. Did a scary start, I'm not gonna lie. Scary. It jump scared me. So episode 5, no. Good morning. Please enjoy the new game with its new game master. I say that, but the game has already reached its climax. The culprit has been cornered and merely awaits checkmate. I'm sure there will be something you can spot from this clear perspective. The difficulty is fairly easy. What could possibly fool you now? Okay, let's see. Okay, you idiot.
決まっておろうが殺したらそなたが歪めるだろうその表情が楽しいからの他に何の理由が必要なのかほらほら目をつむらずにちゃんと見ろよ
So what is this? Like all the different games that they've not shown us?
ほらほらほらほら魔法だよ家具だよそなたがどんなにわらわや魔法の存在を否定しようともほらほらほらほらほらほら悪いなバトラー結構面白かったぜしかしお師匠様の言う通りにしてみたんだが本当に結構いいとこまで行けたな
I actually don't understand what this is. Is this a third game or is this different?
何でもツンツンと残虐を尽くした後に程よくへたれて出れてみせると好感度ってやつが大幅アップするんだろ
Okay, so this is what happened in the third episode though. So I guess they're just giving us like a summary of it? Okay. We're back. We're back in the Golden Land. The lonely tone was the desolate sound of the wind blowing by. The glittering rose petals on these bushes were golden. The cloud of golden butterflies that had once danced through this golden rose garden like fluttering rose petals was no longer anywhere to be seen. By the way, let me see this. Oh, we got a new playtime again. Okay. Okay, it's the same. My favorite character. Okay, never mind. The master of the Golden Land is the Golden Witch Beatrice. She might be called inhumane and cruel, arrogant and outrageous, or perhaps naive and simple. That laugh of hers, which lost its grace more and more the longer it continued, could no longer be heard. The Golden Witch Beatrice sat like a doll, resting in a deck chair adorned as beautiful as golden rose garden itself. She wasn't relaxing there. Her eyes were empty. She didn't respond to any questions. Even so, she was not permitted to sleep. Beatrice sat like a doll. Her hair was down and Virgilia was carefully tending to it with a comb. The usual Beato would surely have spent this time complaining about this and that regarding her hairstyle. So what, Beatrice, her body I guess is still there, but it's an empty vessel now because she lost, is that it? However, she had no response, showed no reaction, so it really only looked like Virgilia was combing the golden hair of a large doll. There was a table alongside them, and it sat a chessboard along with a jumble of black and white pieces locked in a closely fought battle. However, this setup looked somehow different from the normal chess. Maybe the game was similar though not identical. And on the other side, sitting back in his chair as he contemplated his next move, was a young man. No, perhaps it wasn't his next move he contemplated. Every once in a while, he would change the positions of the chess pieces or the pieces, reconsidering the situation after every change. Maybe he was reconstructing previous games, trying to discover the thought process behind the moves that had been made. In the past, Kinzo, the Oshinomiya family head, once said that learning chessboard arrangements was like taking a journey through the thoughts of old masters. Oshinomiya Butler was on a journey. A search for the thought process that had led the Golden Witch to create this arrangement and make these moves. Butler took a black piece that should have been moved forward and returned it to the original place, sighing deeply. Butler's pieces were white. However, on this chessboard, the black encampment was on Butler's side. He was reconstructing that arrangement, trying to play Beato's role. So what is happening here? He's missing. What is that face? Is he missing Beatrice or Beato to come back? Even Butler didn't expect that Beato would respond to that statement. Or rather, he was pretending to talk to himself. I've never seen Butler with this expression, even once. Thinking there might still be some chance of her responding. So what are we gonna do now? Ooh, look at her hair. Beato's eyes reflected nothing. I kind of like her hair like this though. Yeah. And her mouth told nothing. After begging him to kill her, the Golden Witch had become a corpse that had given up on life. She wasn't sleeping. She couldn't step down from this game and was therefore forbidden sleep. So those words must have reached her ears. However, they probably hadn't reached her heart. The Golden Witch would not sneer at Butler's moves, nor would she praise them or belittle them. By now, Beatrice was nothing more than a living doll. Even so, she would glance at him. Every once in a while, it would be an empty glance, but a glance nonetheless. Sometimes she would seem to make some sort of gesture, or even move her lips. However, her movements never managed to communicate anything to Butler.
どうやったらこの局面でこの指し手になるわけだ。わけがわからねえんだよ。お前の指し手はよ。
Honestly, it's kind of sad though. Yeah, he defeated Beatrice in the 4th episode at the ending over the tea party, but now she's like this. Even Butler misses her now. Oh, look at her eyes, it moved.
ベアト、バトラ君が話しかけていますよ。
なんとか言えよ。クスクスとかゲラゲラとか。いつもの黄色い笑いでいいから。
Can you believe it? The shrill laugh of Beato's will never be heard again. However, even if she couldn't answer, his voice surely reached her. That was what Butler believed as he had said these words. So he said it again.
どうやったらこの局面でこの指し手になるわけだ。わけがわからねえぜ。お前の指し手はよ。
この子の考えることはわけがわかりませんか？
Virgilia answered in her disciple's stead. Up to this point, she had done her best to avoid speaking for Beato. After all, there was a chance that Beato would respond in some way, and Virgilia didn't want to be the one to steal that chance. So Butler was going to have to bear with this silence. Until Beato herself answered. Virgilia could no longer bear to watch Butler like this. Besides, Butler also wanted to hear what Virgilia had to say. He believed that conversation would reach Beato's heart.
ああ。さっぱりだな。ベアトの立場になって、こうして駒を動かせば動かすほどに、わからなくなる。
A serial murder following an epitaph. With that as a victory condition, I tried reconstructing the games from the witch's side, but I never ended up making the moves Beato did. In those games, I could find several incomprehensible moves that clearly worked against the victory condition.
さっぱりわからねえ。こいつの思考を探る旅路は、あまりに険しすぎるぜ。
でも、あなたは投げ出さないのですね。
ああ。約束した。
Kill me. Let me die.
俺はこいつを安らかに死なせてやると約束した。そしてそれは、俺にしかできない。
Beato's right ankle was bound with a heavy cold steel shackle. It wasn't tied to anything, so it didn't restrict her movement. However, it symbolized restriction. It was a visualization of the bonds that prevented her from leaving the game until she either won or lost. And that shackle was probably hurting her. The mercilessly cold shackle tormented her over and over inside her waking dream. So there was never any sign of relief in her empty expression. Her eyelids would sometimes tremble like she was having a nightmare, and every once in a while she would let out a pained gasp. Unless I win, Beato will never be released from the curse that prevents her from sleeping peacefully.
良いのですか？第5のゲームはもう始まっているようですよ。
Okay, so who are we gonna fight though? I did say earlier, new game master, right?
興味ね。
Why should I take part in any game unless Beato is my opponent? If that's the only alternative, then it's much better use of my time to reconstruct previous games while taking a journey in search of Beato's thought process. So yeah, Butler wants to get her back technically.
次のゲームマスターは私がやるわ。
Ooh, Lambda Delta. Look at this. Honestly, new sprites. That's cool. Yeah.
異存ある？
Or new expressions for the other sprites. We haven't seen her do this as well.
ないわよね。
依存だらけよ。ベアとは戦いを放棄して人事不正。
What, so Lambda Delta is the one we're gonna be talking to this time?
ベアとの不先輩でゲームオーバーでしょ。
確かにベアとはいろいろとあったんで、今はちょっぴりノックアウト気味。でも戦う気力を失ったわけじゃない。 からつまり、私は介助役ってわけ。わかる？
Beata was lying down in a deck chair, almost as though she was sleeping. However, she wasn't sleeping. And she wasn't awake either. She was nothing more than a living doll that had given up on Victory, who had asked Butler to perform her last rites, who had surrendered everything. Of course, if everyone just sat around the next game, the fifth game would never be made ready. Lambda Delta had succeeded Beato as the next game master and announced that she'd prepare the next game. So how is this gonna be different though? Right? That with all my thoughts and theories last time. Is that all gonna be nothing now?
ふざけるな。これは俺とベアとのゲームだぞ。お前ら、どこの誰か知らねえが、勝手に話を進めるんじゃねえ。
あんたに意見は求めてないわ。
No one asked for your opinion, by the way.
どうすんのベル？受けるの？受けないの？
いいわ。あんたが引き継ぎなさい。
Okay, go ahead and inherit her role.
なんだと？ふざけるな！お前ら何者か知らねえが、俺とベアとを無視して勝手に話を進めるんじゃねえ！
落ち着きなさいよ。確かにプレイヤーが変われば察しても変わる。あんたにとっては戸惑うことも多いかもしれないけど。
You'll see a lot of stuff that confuses you, of course.
それでも大きなヒントになりうるでしょ？
知らねえよ！勝手なこと言って仕切ってんじゃねえ！
I'm really loving this new emotions that they're showing. Yeah, Butler face like this. Yeah, nice, nice.
ベアとのゲームを4つも繰り返して何もわからないんでしょ？ならプレイヤーが変わるのは大きなヒントになると思うけれど。
I mean, okay, I guess that's something, right?
大きなお世話だ！これはベアトが用意し、俺を対戦相手に指定した俺たちのゲームだ。どこから湧いてきたのかもしれないお前らにかき回されるのはごめんだ。
ならベアトを起こして次の準備をさせて。
Can Butler do that?
できる？
ベアトはしばらく起きねえよ。それに新しいゲームなんて必要ねえ。あいつがこれまでに出題してきた4つのゲームの譜面だけで十分だ。仮に第5のゲームがあるとしても、それはベアトが出題し、俺に挑むものだけで十分だ。お前らには何の関係もない。
But seriously though, I don't know what do you call this, Lambda Delta and Burn Castle is. I really don't know. Are they really like what, right? Like for the other characters, I had counterparts for them, but for these two, I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, yeah, they look like they're much more higher in the chain. Not look like they're much more higher than Beato, right? But what are they really, though? What are they really? Our Butler couldn't hide his irritation at the two witches called Lambda Delta and Burcastle, who had shown up well after the game's start and who were now trying to take charge on their own. It looked like these witches were an even higher rank than Beato. So high, in fact, that even Beato's teacher Virgilia couldn't even come close. Butler had the feeling that he's seen these two several times before. What? However, this was the first time he'd known their names and spoken to them.
ベアトを起こせず、あんたに次のゲームを準備もできない。だから私が次のゲームを用意するわけ。私たちはね、いつ正気を取り戻すかもわからないベアトに、いつまでも付き合ってられるほど気が長くないの。ね、ベルン？
退屈はごめんなの。 イライラするほどに。
お前が退屈がろうが、俺たちは知ったことじゃねえ。
まあまあ。このパーフェクトなラムダデルタ様に任せなさい。
Perfect.
私がゲームマスターを引き継ぐ。大丈夫よ。あんまり絶対完璧にはプレイしないわよ。ベアトっぽく、わけのわかんないフェイクや尻尾、ボーナスヒントをいっぱい用意してあげる。
I won't play with too much absolute perfection, just like Beato. I'll set up plenty of incomprehensible fakes, clues, and bonus hints. Oh my god, didn't they say in the beginning it's gonna be easy this time?
ベアトの世界をより理解するための大きなヒントにしてあげるわよ。
Okay. Letting my voice's emotions explode, I slammed the table hard. The two witches didn't flinch at all. One grinned, the other looked indifferent as though nothing had happened. The two of them just stared at me silently, as though they were reproaching me.
何？
That face.
不満？あんたは私による第5のゲームを降りるっての？それって不先輩？
バトラは降りないわよ。
But the thing is, for example, there's no Beatrice this time. How is it gonna work in the game, right? Yeah, how is it gonna work there then? What?
もちろん第5のゲームにも参加するわ。
Like, is Lambda Delta gonna be the one appearing in the game? I don't know.
勝手に決めるんじゃねえ。お前らに俺は付き合わない。知ったことじゃない。
ならやっぱり不先輩ってことよね。このゲームは魔女側の勝ち。人間は屈服ってことでお開きでいいかしら。
降りるなら不先輩でゲーム終了だけどいいの？たった一人残された妹が無限の世界のすべてでたどる不幸な境遇を確定させたいのならそれも選択よ。
Yeah, I wonder what's gonna happen with Angie as well, right? Yeah, are we gonna see her again or what? When Burn Castle mentioned Angie, Butler's expression changed instantly. We're probably gonna see her because, yeah, she was pretty much a main character of her own in the 4th episode. So maybe we'll see her, but how is she gonna return? That's the big question.
エンジェのことを気安く口にするんじゃねえ。
あなたにこの私、奇跡の魔女ベルンカステルが味方しているからこそ、エンジェにはひょっとしたら家族が帰ってくるかもしれない奇跡の余地が残されてるのよ。
Because you have an ally in me, Burn Castle, the Witch of Miracles, there exists the possibility of a miracle in which Angie's family comes home to her. Can we trust you though? That's the thing.
あなたが自らそれを捨てて、エンジェの無限の未来、すべてを不幸なものに確定するのもまた、私には一興だけれども。
I vaguely understood what she was saying. Until I win in Beato's game, I'll remain trapped in this bizarre world. And if I've abandoned that victory, then most certainly my parents and I will never return to Angie. It's a thing though. Would you return even though? Right? Even though you win? Probably not. For Angie's sake, even though I know that the witches are toying with me. What I think is... what he means in this, I think, or what my interpretation is now for this is maybe he will return, but it's a different way. It's not gonna be like, they're gonna change the history, right? Or just go into a different, let's say, as Burn Castle says it, a different fragment, right? Yeah, probably not. Nah, I don't know. But for Angie's sake, even though I don't know that the witches are toying with me, I must keep fighting.
くそ。
なーに？ その不満そうな顔。自分の妹をぐずぐずのひき肉にされた怒り、もう忘れちゃったの？プチプチブチブチ、無数の焼けたペンチで引きちぎって細切れにしていくあの光景。今度はちゃんと真正面で見ないとダメ
Burncastle pointed the palm of her right hand upwards. As she did, a pale light gathered there and some kind of blue glowing crystal appeared there. A scene was reflected on its sharp surface. But it wasn't the scene that surrounded them now. If you look deep into that crystal, that fragment, they would probably learn what was reflected on there. If you stared at it, then you'd surely see the end Angie finally reached after waiting 12 years and giving up everything for the sake of her beloved brother. The scene of her death froze her as her entire body was torn to bits while she was still lived. What? Still lived? Well, she still lived, I mean.
貴様
What, you gonna try to hit her, Butler? Without thinking, he grabbed at her collar, but then she disappeared. But as soon as he touched that which made up her form, it disappeared like foam on the waves. Then, as naturally as though she'd been there from the beginning, Burncastle was leaning against a wall.
あなたがゲームを降りるなら、これはかけらでなく、確定した現実になる。
A definite reality.
その未来を紡ぐのは私じゃないわ。あなた自身よ。あなたが決めなさい。最愛の妹の未来をどうしたいのかを。
Butler's fist shook with anger. Honestly, these two are, how do I say this, very mysterious characters. Like, yes, in Higurashi, it was Satoko and Rika, right? So yes, you can't really deny that these two doesn't look like them or don't look like them. So I wonder, like, what do you call this? Like, didn't the writer of this game have another game? What's it called, like Sikoni or something? I wonder if these characters are gonna be there or another, yes, another alternate representation of these characters. That would be cool to see though. Right, every single game you're gonna have a Rika and Satoko variant. A different name or whatever. Butler's fist shook with anger, but even if he swung them down, he wouldn't be able to hit Burncastle. The witch was like a phantom or a cat who wouldn't let someone pet her if she didn't wish for it. And she was telling the truth, by the way. For Angie's sake, I can't step down from this fight. Even if these unpleasant witches hijack the game board.
さすがベルン。脅し方もえぐいわね。そういうことよ、バトラー。あんたにはゲームを降りることなんて許されてないの。あんたもベアとも私たちの退屈を紛らわせるゲーム版のゴマでしかない。
You and Beato are nothing more than pieces on the board that exist to distract us from our boredom.
あんたのそのわけのわかんない怒りやイラつきさえも私たちには退屈を紛らわす最高のお菓子。まあ、その程度の怒りじゃ駄菓子程度だけどね。
30円で2枚入ってるカレー味のポテトせんべい程度ね。
魔女とも。ねえ。
エンジェのためにも戦いなさい。そしてベアトのためにもでしょ。
In a way, that was admonishing or perhaps babying. Okay. Like the headache you get after eating something too sweet, Burncastle tormented Butler and smiled. By now, the host of this tea party, Beato, was absent. The guest witches were already making themselves at home.
どうすんの？後ろ宮バトラー。運命に屈しちゃう？降りちゃいなさいよ。魔女の駒にして遊ばれるなんてもうごめんなんでしょ？ベルンの駒は辛いわよ。きっとあんたもエンジェみたいに使い捨てにされるわよ。
あなたに降りる選択肢は与えてない。妹の未来のために戦い続けるの。私は味方よ。
I'm your ally, looking like that. Look at that face.
その未来にたどり着けるよう、あなたが勝利するまでサポートするわ。
Dude, I don't. You cannot trust her.
私が退屈するまで永遠に。
I can't let her provocation and cajolery rile me up. These witches know I get mad easily and they're trying to take advantage of that. Butler withstood it all and finally relaxed his clenched fist.
第5のゲームとやらが始めたいなら好きにしろ。
好きにするわよ。あれれ、どこ行くのよ。
Even though Butler acknowledged his fifth game, he turned his back on them. Much to Lumdadella's surprise.
お前がベアとの代役を務めるってんなら、そこのベルンカステルとかいう魔女が俺の代役を務めるのも勝手だろ。
Imagine that.
道理ね。そうじゃないと不先輩になってしまう。
何よそれ。私が作る渾身のエピソード5をあんた無視するっての？
Are you just gonna ignore this episode 5 that I put so much effort into making?
失礼しちゃう失礼しちゃう。
バトラーはしばらく休憩するそうよ。それまでの間、私がプレイヤーの代役を務める。それでどう？バトラー。
そうしやがれ。
なーに？ラムダ。間抜けなバトラじゃなくて、私がプレイヤーだと遊んでくれないの？
そんなわけないわ。ベルンと一緒に遊べて嬉しいわよ。さあさあ、遊びましょう遊びましょう。ラムダデルタ様の超ハイパーでキュートに可愛いエピソード5を一緒に遊びましょうよ。
一応、ベアトの作った世界なのよ。
Dude, what is happening right now? What?
世界観ぶち壊しにしてないでしょうね。
大丈夫だってば。私そういうのの空気は読める方なのよ。ちゃんとベアトっぽい世界観でもっと面白い物語に仕上げてみせたわ。バトラも休憩終わったら早く戻ってくるのよ。
Okay, wait, he's actually leaving?
見逃すともったいないわよ。ベアトの秘密に迫れるようなボーナスヒントをたっぷり用意してるんだから。
But honestly though, I'm very excited, man. I want to see if my theories are correct. Yes, I want to see.
と見せかけてミスリード満載で、ますますに煙に巻く気なんだけどね。
Or at least that's what it'll look like when it's actually filled with misdirection that makes stuff more and more confusing. Come on.
ちょっと、こらバトラー、魔女の話聞いてんの？
Without answering, Butler disappeared into the darkness. After shrugging, and cackling, the witches immediately started playing with the game board they had stolen from Beato.
あの魔女どもに、ベアとのゲームは理解できるのか？
同じゲーム版を使う以上、この子にできないことはできません。
Since they're using the same game board, they cannot do anything that this child cannot do. Okay.
しかし、この子がやらないことはやれます。
They can do things as this child wouldn't do. Like what?
やらないこととは何だ？
チェスの道具はチェスで遊ぶために存在します。それを使ってトランプをすることはできない。
The materials of chess exist, so they cannot play, or you cannot play chess, you cannot use them to play
し
cards.
かしチェスの駒を相手に投げつけてぶつけたり、チェス盤に落書きしてみたり、そういう行為をすることも不可能ではありません。しかしそれはチェスに対する冒涜だから誰もやらない。
That definitely wouldn't be chess anymore. Beato's eyes seemed to cloud slightly with sadness.
ふざけやがって。これは俺とベアとのゲームだ。他の誰にも冒涜はさせない。
紅茶のおかわりはいかがですか？
Ronove, the man.
もらえるか？
かしこまりました。いかがですか？お嬢様の思考を探る旅は。
さっぱりだが楽しんでるぜ。
しかしよろしいのですか？こちらでくつろがれていても。
あの魔女どもが勝手に進めてるゲームのことか？
ええ。先ほど紅茶をお届けに伺った時にはもう第一の番の殺人が起こり、もうじきその次の殺人も起こりそうな気配でした。
When Beato and I were playing, the game would be paused whenever someone left their seats. However, those witches wouldn't pause that game just because I wasn't around.
ロノウェは奴らのゲームを見たのか？
一部ではございますが。
どうだった？
Ronove lifted the pot high with an elegant gesture as he poured the black tea. After finishing that, he finally spoke. He gave us impressions of it.
愛がありませんな。
It did not have love.
愛ってなんだ？
これは失礼。女性風に申し上げるとです。男性風に申し上げるならば、義理が通らぬと申しましょうか。
Dishonorable. I understood what those words meant. When I met Virgilia's eye, or Virgilia, she took her head slightly and stared at the floor.
上辺は大変よくお嬢様のゲームに似せていると思います。しかし根本が大きく異なっています。
それはベアとのゲームのルールに反することなのか？
いいえ、反しません。ラムダデルタ様はお嬢様のゲームのルールを実によく理解なされております。しかし
Butler stood up. There was no need to make Ronove say anymore.
バトラク、
ロノウェ、すまない。せっかく入れてもらったけど紅茶はいらねえぜ。
やはり参られますか？
ああ、 俺たちのゲームに部外者はいらない。
These guys weren't even here in the beginning. Because I've been loafing about, crazier and crazier witches have been introduced. True. And now they've hijacked this game between me and Beatrice.
取り返さねえとな。ベアとのゲーム版は今は俺が預かってるはずなんだ。その俺がここでぼんやりしてるわけにはいかない。
ありがとう。その言葉をこの子に聞かせてやりたかった。
きっと聞こえていますよ。お嬢様はそれにお返事することができないだけです。
Beato lay there silently like a living doll with doll eyes. The game board she had created herself had been hijacked by incomprehensible people and was being turned into a mess. If I was designated to be her opponent, then Beato must have created this game for me. I've got to take this back.
待ってろ。俺が取り返してくる。
Of course, Beato didn't respond in any way. That's right. If she can't respond, then I have to protect it in her place.
行ってくるぜ。ワルギリア、ロノエ、黄金の眠り姫の面倒を頼むぜ。
はい、お任せを。
いってらっしゃい、バトラ君。そしてどうかこの子のいないゲームにてこの子の何かを見つけてあげてください。もしそれを見つけることができたなら、たとえこの子が不在であってもあなたはこの子と戦ってくれたことになる。
そうだよな。ああ、全然ダメだぜ。俺は何をやってるんだ。
Let's go. And let's take it back.
魔女ども、待たせたな。俺の休憩は終わりだぜ。
When he faced the jet black heavens and yelled this, the whole world shattered as though it were made out of thin glass. Then, as though it had been that way since the beginning, it transformed into the smoking room where Butler had fought Beato so many times, and which the two witches had now hijacked.
なにあんた、今頃戻ってきたの？超遅すぎ。もうゲームは2日目どころか大詰めも大詰めよ。
What?
バトラがいつまでも来ないから私が勝手に進めちゃったわ。
Yeah, like even waited for me in the first place.
ゲルンはあんたよりずーっと頭が冴えてて痛快だったわよね。
うるせえ。プレイヤーは俺だ。代役の魔女どもは引っ込んでろ。
別に今から参加しても構わないけど、もう出番ないわよ、多分。
確かに。だってもうクライマックスもクライマックス。これで多分ベルンが詰めてゲームセットだもの。
なんだと。
いいんじゃない？最後の爪くらい見物しても。
そうね。おいでなさい、後ろ宮バトラ。もうほとんどおしまいだけど、私の作ったキュートでエレガントなゲーム。エピソード
Episode 5.
End of the Golden Witch!
Okay. Whoa. Wait, what? What is this? What? What is this? The direct cause of her death is unknown, but her neck was sliced open by a sharp blade. The wound was deep enough that anyone could easily confirm her death with absolute certainty. What is this? He was lying face down in the bed. What? He had been pierced through the back with a demon stake. Unknown, but his neck was sliced open again. Neck was sliced open. So I guess, yeah, they were saying that they were near the climax, right? They were in the second day already. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So these are the first 6 sacrifices. All of them in the neck. Okay. Took over at the game master for the 5th game. He is not taking part in it as a player. Okay. 5th game as a player opposing Beato. However, from the very beginning, her aim has been to deny the witch's illusion. Her only goal is to destroy Beato and her world as a way to stave off boredom. Though she only does deny the witch illusion, she is no ally of Butler. I mean, obviously, we could see that these two are sketchy. Serving as a 5th game's game master in place of Beato, who stepped down. The story of the 5th game, while appearing very similar to the previous game, is expected to turn out quite differently. Just like Burn Castle, she has no love for boredom. So no more Jessica this time. Jessica, George, Hideyoshi, Maria, Rosa, and Genji. They're gone for now. But yeah, look at this. Shannon and Cannon are still here. Okay. Second day, October 5th. I guess Rudolph and Kiri are still there, so that's nice. Ava, yeah, Ava is crying. Both George and Hideyoshi are gone. Right now, no humans exist on the island except for those in this parlor. I mean, they say this, but it's not in red though. And with one exception, it has been shown that none of them have committed the murder. And the culprit is among these people.
Oi, oi. となると決定的じゃねえか。
魔女が犯人で魔法で殺人を犯したわけでない限りね。あんたなの？あんたがジョージを、主人を殺したの？どうしてよ。どうして？私は殺していません。私は何も。
In a panic, and with a voice that was far from calm, in a manner that was, to put it coldly, unsightly, Aunt Natsu denied the suspicion placed upon her. However, there was no longer any way around it. She stood up, brushed back her long hair, pointed at Aunt Natsu and said it one more time. And who the hell is this?
あなたが犯人です。
What?
後宮夏日さん。
It looks like it looks like Burnt Castle as well. Dude, you saw that, and you saw that, right? Like the island kind of blew up there. Okay. Is that a hint or what? But yeah, there was no really spoiler or anything like that, so I guess that's okay.
夏日です。開けてください。
Okay, so yes, let us take a break here for now. But dude, what is happening? Very different start, man. I'm getting excited. Not gonna lie, I'm getting super excited. I always say that, but yeah, who is that other character, by the way? She kind of looks like Burn Castle. A little bit, I guess because of the blue hair. But yeah, who is that? Wait, I mean, was that even in the game? Oh no, I guess, yeah, whenever they show us like meta world characters, we have some borders here that show up, right? So that was in the game world itself, right? Who is that then? Who is that? But yeah, I cannot wait. I cannot wait, really. I mean, Burn Castle and Lambda Delta were hinting that there's gonna be some big hints in this game or in this episode. But they're also saying that maybe it could be, what do you call this? Not fake, but yeah, they could fake it or try to confuse you much more. So this is gonna be super interesting, I'm not gonna lie. But we need to find out what is real, I guess, and what is not real. And yeah, starting already like this in the middle, we had the 6 sacrifices were already made. So we're not gonna see George, Jessica anymore, and Maria. I guess we've seen a lot of them already, so I guess this is gonna be cool. Or this is gonna be fine, I mean. No problem. But the main thing here is 6 sacrifices. Both Rudolph and Kyrie are here. Very nice. But yeah, they're back again though. What? I just realized, yeah, the blood is gone. So maybe we're just seeing a flashback right now, and then maybe later we'll come back to what to the present time, right, when some of them died already. Because yeah, even the girl said, Natsuhi, you're the what are you, suspect? I was not actually looking that much because I was looking at the character that showed up. Can we see here? What did it say? Yeah, see, you're the culprit, Ushirimiya Natsuhi-san.
あなたが犯人です。後宮夏日さん。
Okay. But, dude, very nice, very nice. So, we're gonna take a break here, and yes, if you're watching this, I just want to say thank you again for supporting the videos of the Umineko videos. If you're here, you've been watching this episode or episode 1 of episode 5, or the first part of episode 5, thank you very much, man. I really do appreciate it. So anyways, we are gonna continue this and do more of Umineko When They Cry episode 5 in the next one. So I'll just see you then, guys. Bye bye.